was a good thing. And I think that a lot of the bands in the 80s who perhaps were more about their image, like the glam image, and not so much about the soul of the music, they kind of were cast aside by bands. And a lot of the newer bands I liked in the 90s, not from England, from America, it shifted, I think, a lot of the music. But in the 80s, I mean, what were the great rock bands from the 80s from England? There was a lot of pop bands, Depeche Mode, New Order, Echo and the Bunnymen. That was the era that the cult came from originally. We were one of the only rock bands in England in the 80s.
I can't think of any other English
unless you talk about like metal, which is different. I mean, there's Iron Maiden, White Snake, all that kind of stuff. But that's, to me, that's heavy metal music. You know, we're a rock band, we're a rock and roll band. There's a difference there.
You never feel that you did heavy metal music? No.
I don't think so. I don't think that at all. I think the cult's much more connected to rock. I think we have a thing about this, right? Okay. We believe that heavy metal music is made for young men, and it's from the waist up. It's music that is about from the head. Now rock and roll, like Led Zeppelin, The Doors, AC/DC, is for girls, and it's from the waist down. It's below the waist, and that's where we aim our music.
This is the camera, and a lot of people in Argentina and Latin America want to see you. So what can you say about this show?
I think the shows we do in South America, certainly Argentina. We've played like Mar del Plata, and we played Buenos Aires on 2 other occasions. The audiences here are so partisan and so strong, and that it's really, for me, when I come here, I feel that we're at a place right now where we did this American tour and we put the band back together again, and that's okay. That was like just cleaning house. Now it's down to real business, and if we can play in front of an audience in Buenos Aires and have a great concert, I think it's very important for us spiritually, you know, for the band, for the essence of the band, because I believe the people here I feel a lot more familiar with. You know, I think they really understand what we do, and if we can connect with the people here, I think we'll have no problem with anywhere else we go. You know, it's inspirational to be here. It's very exciting. So, it's, in a sense, you know, we've always had a great connection with Buenos Aires, and you know, it's a very special thing for us.
I think Latin countries, and also in Europe, in Spain and Portugal and Italy, the cult have always been very popular there, more than in Germany or Denmark on the north of Europe. The cult's
why
rhythm, sex. You know, I don't know.
That's what it is.
It's rhythm and sex.
It's like the way you play football. I mean, you know, a lot of the Argentinian guys say, well, you play football like very physically, and you know, it's like the way that we've been brought up is to play very violently. Very physical, very little skill, but great heart, you know. Whereas in Argentina, the guys, although they have great heart, they play with so much skill and finesse, and everything flows. And that's what you find with the culture, everything flows. I mean, I walk around the city in Buenos Aires, it's a lot of people, but I don't see any people getting pissed off. Everyone's pretty flows. I mean, I'm sure, you know, people get pissed off, but you don't feel that kind of tension. I mean, when I'm in New York, I feel tension. When I'm in London, I feel tension. When I'm in Paris, I feel tension. People are just pissed off. Maybe it's because they get rained on all the time.
Too much bad weather.
We are very different from the Americans.
Yeah. And very, very different. And you're proud of that too. I know that.
Yeah.
Everybody makes a lot of comments about America, but don't worry about America. I mean, but there's so much here for us. You know, I mean, like I admire very much Diego Maradona and Che Guevara. So much. I named my son after Che Guevara, and they've always been inspirational to me.
What do you think about Maradona?
I think Maradona is a genius. He's an incredible human being. They should make him prime minister. And so, what's the point in trying to start a new rock and roll band when I was in one of the greatest rock and roll bands? So, you know, we had a meeting, we sat down, we talked about it, and instantly we said, yes, let's do it. So then we, you know, very quickly grabbed Matt, and Matt came in, and, you know, we started rehearsing. And we found Martijn Noble at the time, who was the bass player initially, and we went out and toured America. We toured all last summer in the United States, and it was great. It just felt incredible. You've got to bleed a little while you sing. Bless the words, don't mean nothing.
But you are going to return or to continue what you left last in 1995, or you are going to do a new style of decal? There is a new decal, or is just the continue of
the new album, which is half done already. We have half the album finished. Is it sounds different than anything we've done before. It's very heavy rock.
It sounds like your album, your solo album? No, it's different.
It's the thing. I think ultimately my solo record was more, an experimentation.
But are you going to present?
No. I think the most powerful aspects of the cult is when Billy's guitar.
Yeah, that's very powerful.
Billy's voice. It's when the guitars are cranked, and it's the power of the riff, and when I'm singing in very much a full, strong voice. And I don't think, in some respects, we tried to do that in the past with the cult. We've made like harder rock records like Electric and Sonic Temple, and but this record is, for me, is a lot more powerful. We're doing things like detuning the guitars, and the riffs are a lot stronger, and there's more focus on the riff and more focus on the power of the the sound of the guitar and the weight of the guitar, and it's just a lot more, so much more of a heavy record. It's going to be a very, very heavy, powerful, sexual rock record,
Yeah. I mean, it's a little dark too.
She was there. She got me free. Yeah.
Then you talk about the relationship with him, and I want to know what damage in 1995 the relationship between you and him.
In a lot of ways, I guess we just did different things. We started in this in our early 20s. We were like just boys, and we grew up. I mean, I had a family, children, lifestyles developed, became very different. It became, sort of went in different directions, and I think we never really got a chance to find out who we were as people. It was always Billy and Ian and the cult and all that kind of thing, and it was very important to sort of rediscover who we were as people, And then in doing that, when you felt confident, when I felt confident, certainly I was able to say to Billy, I feel good, I'm ready to take on it, because it's not a very, you can't, if you're going to be soft or, you've got to be strong in this. It's a very demanding lifestyle, it's a massive commitment, it really is a major commitment, and you have to put it before a lot of other things in your life.